Hello, it's Nikki. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being with me today. I have a reframe for you today, which I hope will provide some comfort, some reassurance, and a sense that you're on the right track and you're doing the thing. And there's a lot of lighting going on today, so I'm going to be all kinds of shades. So do bear with me. This question comes up a lot. And I think it's one of those that is asked at the end of podcasts. People might ask each other over a glass of wine. It certainly comes up in goal setting workshops. In fact, it's many coaches, one of their favorite questions, which is, what do you want the next 5 years to look like? And as a student, as an attendee of many of these goal setting workshops, and as somebody who takes this process seriously, I really want to be the driver of my own life and my own business. And I know that you can't control everything, and I am very much open to being surprised. But it's something that I do think about. As a child, I always had that thing that I never just wanted to wake up and just go, oh no, I missed it. Or I really wanted to do X, Y, and Z, and I just didn't do it because I didn't give it any focus. However, when I'm asked that question of where do you want to be in 5 years' time, I instinctively write a couple of things down, things that kind of come to mind, easy peasy. So I might put, I want to have more holidays with my children, or I want to do more acting work, or I want to interview this person for the podcast, or I want to help this number of people, more people in my business. And then I get stuck. And then I begin to just be in that weird limbo space of not being able to connect with 5 years from now. And I know there's all kinds of brilliant visualizations and things like that. But sometimes in that practical moment where I'm thinking about what I want, it actually brings up a lot of negative emotions. If I'm truly honest, I can very easily go into overwhelm or feeling like there's too much to do and not enough time. Or sometimes I feel that I will go into a state where I feel like I haven't done enough, or I can't, or I'll go into, wow, welcome to my therapy session, or I'll go into a state of, you should have done X, Y, and Z earlier. Why are you still doing that thing? Or why is that thing not here yet? And it brings up a lot of emotions. This reframe has been game-changing for me because it's put me back in a position of feeling grounded, of having a sense of feeling that I can navigate the next bit with purpose, with guidance, with a sense of groundedness and a sense of focus. Here's what it is. What if instead of thinking 5 years from now, what if you agreed with yourself, had a word with yourself and said, actually, I am in the middle of my 5-year plan right now. I have been doing something for 2.5 years and there's 2.5 years to go. And I am recording this in February 2023. Isn't it confusing these last few years? So I'm recording this in February 2023. And I really struggle to think about February 2028. It just seems absolutely miles away. But I can vaguely in my head think about August 2025, which again seems so far away, but I know that it will come round quickly. So the year after next, and really think, I have a sort of a sense of connection with that. And when I first came up with this, I immediately went into, but I've only decided now of doing all of these things. And how can I assume that I've been working on this for 2.5 years because I'm only doing the exercise today? And this is when it's really magic. The last 2.5 years even if they haven't been connected to where you go from here, as in if you're running, you want to run a marathon in the next 5 years, and for the last 2.5 years, you've never run. Fine. What it does is the last 2.5 years that you've been experiencing will give you so much data. It will give you so much information about the moves that you need to make in order to get to where you want to get to. I also know that when I'm on a journey, whether I'm driving or walking or running or getting on a bus, once I've passed that halfway mark, it gives me a pep in my step, but almost that sense of confidence of like, yes, come on, you're over halfway, you're doing it, it's happening, let's go. I remember a couple of years ago, I ran a half marathon, and once I'd gone over the halfway mark, and I was so far away from home as well, I had a sense of thinking, okay, I've got as far as here. I just need to go home now. I just need to do the last bit. And it wasn't the last bit. It was, another 8 miles or whatever it was. No, 6.5. It was a significant amount. But it really moved me into momentum, into a state of I can do the thing. And that is ultimately the position, the state that we want to be in, that it's possible, that we can do this, that this is a possibility for you because you've already been doing it for 2.5 years. And once again, even if you haven't been doing anything directly, you have been on this planet for the last 2.5 years. So sometimes I might look back and go, okay, I want to do X, Y, and Z, which means I'm going to have to spend my time differently. And then what I might do is I might look on the last 2.5 years and go, how have I been spending my time? What elements really did I enjoy? Or why was I doing certain things? It gives you so many clues. And this is what we need to do, because once we tap into our own clues, our own ways of doing things, and really work with those rather than some kind of formula that a coach gives you, I see the irony, that's when you get results. And instead of trying to squeeze ourselves into a situation where we do the right thing or we do the thing that successful people do, if you're not aligned with that, you're not going to do it anyway. So I want you to play with that and have a think. And play around with some months, some numbers, some ways that you can quantify this. And fast forward 2.5 years. Also rewind back 2.5 years. What has been happening in your life and business up until this point? And is it working for you? And if there are bits that are working for you, great, do more of those. What do they give you? Really take this time to enjoy that process and really figure out what's going on, because that is going to be way more effective than just buying another notebook. There, I said it, didn't I? Yeah. A new system, a new thing is not going to be useful unless you figure out you. I'm just going to leave it there. If you need some more help, you can book a one-on-one session with me. Go to my coaching page, nickyraby.com/coaching. Also, the Big Energy Plan is going to be great for you. That is in my workshop section. And also the Magical World of Practical Goal Setting, which is an online course all about goal setting. You can dive deeper into that. But for now, I will say, see you later, alligator, and have a lovely day. And yeah, enjoy that process. I'll catch you in a bit.